Well, good afternoon all. This is Patricia and I am traveling for history. I'm in Salisbury, Vermont, at what used to be called the Salisbury Fish Hatchery, but is now the Salisbury Fish Culture Station. I'm here with Alan, who's going to tell us all about this building in front of us here. In fact, I'll have him go ahead and tell us what it is, or what at least it was.
Okay, this was a freezer building back in the 1950s. I think when they started, didn't have pelleted food like we have now. It was built, and they stored like raw meat and other stuff in there, and they actually would process the meat and probably like organ meats and things like that, and then mix it with grain and other things into a fish food.
Wow.
This is your early fish culture stuff. So it's now just our feed room. But it was built in It's not considered part of the actual historic building, but I don't know how it works with age, because it probably is. So it's it's got like metal sides.
Wow.
And this is the old freezer door. It's Jameson, Hagerstown, Maryland, USA.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It's really short, though.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty short, and that's...
I know. It's not a big door, yeah. And this now, we've added to... We still have the original cork. This is a cork. It was a cork insulation.
Wow.
It was like double layer cork insulation. I think these walls probably have the cork as well. But yeah, it was an old freezer.
Wow.
And we have, we don't have the, we had the air conditioner here. So we're making it work.
So it looks like it's about 45 degrees in here?
Yep.
Fahrenheit? Yeah.
Yeah, this actually stays warmer if it's cold enough. It's funny. This will stay. This will contain. In the summertime, it's safe. Well, without running, it's not too bad.
And it's actually much bigger. It's much bigger than I expected it to be.
Yeah,
in here. Wow.
But it's getting in disrepair.
Yeah, it's a concrete.
It's concrete.
Yeah.
The bottom. This is starting to cave in, probably because we have a rodent problem underneath.
Oh.
So it's feedroom.
Oh. Can they get in here?
There's a few spots. Well, you can see there's little chewings and there's little holes. Yeah, there's rats and mice and whatever.
Well, they're enterprising.
So they're up here. There's an attic space in here, but I've never been up there.
Huh.
Actually, I think you can get up in there, so I don't want to go up in there.
Totally understand. Wow.
So yeah, we're trying to keep it going.
Is the foam insulation an attempt to keep them out?
No, I think so. We just kind of try to seal it up a little bit. But a lot of this could be a rehab. Like, do you take the whole top off and redo it, or do you just bail and twine and duct tape? It's not the Yankee way.
A little spit and polish too.
Right. now it's spray foam.
Well, it does work to plug.
Yeah.
They had to chew through something new.
And we actually have the rodent-proof stuff. I don't know if it works or not. I use some of that in the house. They're bug-proof and rodent-proof.
Huh. So this is this fish?
This is our fish room. This would be our different diets. We have different sizes. Companies buy our organ or shredding, but this is our visitor food, which is like a floating pellet. This is what we usually feed our visitors. A nice floating pellet. But that size is probably the average size we feed the fish, but we got stuff that's bigger. And we give out visitor food. That's another thing here. You come here during our regular operating, and we're open all the time. We usually don't put food out now, but if someone shows up, Christmas Day, someone's here, we're gonna put food out. You want to feed the fish? Hunt us down. During the summer, we normally have a bins of food outside with a sign and cups, and you can come and grab a cup of food and feed it anywhere outside. So
really? Now, I did see a sign somewhere outside saying not to put your hands in the water.
Yes, don't put your hands in the water.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Just don't. Bad for the fish.
The fish could bite you, and biosecurity. If let's say a fisherman came and there's something that could contaminate our fish in their hands. But generally, it's more of those best practices. You don't want kids And half the time the kids are going to want to pick the fish up. It's mostly graded toward the kids. You don't want them messing around in the pond, picking up frogs, and being more unsupervised, just trying to harass fish or something. Don't throw rocks. We should say don't throw rocks. Don't put your hand in the water. Don't run.
I would have thought adults would be the worst culprit about putting their hands in.
Yeah, well, we've had some people try to do that. It's just like, but
If it ain't yours, don't touch.
yeah, exactly. So this is.
Wow. So is there staff here 24/7?
Yeah, well, technically, I am. Well, not really, but by beeper.
Wow.
We have old school beepers. So the old school, and I have that tonight.
They're almost indestructible, those old school beepers.
And yeah, we have standby pay. So since we have the well source, we'll zip out this way.
Yep.
Since we have the well source, we have to have someone here. We have generators. We have 2 generators that run the pump. The pump house is way up there. If you want to take a look, you can't. There's a shed up there, but there's a little green. There's 2 well houses. There's actually one down there, just behind the walking sign up. There's just a well house there. There's a well house up there that are both connected. So basically, they're both pumping water out, and they're distributing it throughout the different parts of the hatchery. But because of that, we have to have someone here to make, in case something happens and the generator doesn't kick those wells on, someone has to come here and make sure, hey, what's going on. The other day when it was a storm, I just turned the generator on and leave the generator running overnight because it sips diesel. It doesn't use that much. And if there's a power flicker, which usually a power flicker will trigger the alarm, and I'm running all the way here, getting overtime, mandatory 4 hours of overtime just to flip a switch, or to come here and say nothing's happened. A power flicker will trip the alarm, but won't trip all the stuff up there. So you'll be like, all right, that's a wasted drive. It happened at 1:30 at night, early this summer. But generally, a lot of times these storm days, we'll just put on a generator. We know it's going to be crappy. Put the generator on, and we're fine. It's our, because we have 3-phase power here, but it comes in 2 different legs, and if one leg goes out, it's almost like a brownout. The residents will lose it, or one. It's kind of it's a mess. So we have a generator now up here that runs the hatchery. The lights and things like that too, as well now, because that was just running the water. And then we have, if we get a chance, I'll show you the other generator, or the other system we have up there for emergency purposes. So we technically probably don't need to be here, but yeah, there's standby pay. We have to be reachable by a phone call, and the alarm company will call us. Call or text, or call our home number if they don't get through the beeper. But yeah, we have to manage weekends. We all do a weekend a month, or 24/7. There's always somebody here. But and by 3 o'clock, you still got to be 3:30, 4. You got to be at least reachable by phone. But it's nice to be, if it's really crappy, you want to be here. If something really bad does happen, you want to be jumping on it instead of like waiting a half hour to drive here and then figure out what's going on. Nighttime. It's always at nighttime.
It always is, isn't it?
But we've had some really bad windstorms where they've been during the day, so it's almost like just turn the generator on, leave it on, and just wait for the wind to come and just blow everything around.
All right. This is Patricia and Traveling for History. Until I see you again, have a great rest of your day. Bye now.